We like to call this the one counter to my entire team. Now, my Lodic is specifically here in this build in order to deal with Crawdon. Besides that, it doesn't really deal with much. Yo. Can you calm down? Bro, 50% from a crab hammer. Are you out of your mind? That said 100%. That's why everybody know. I read that and it said 100%. Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with another Pokemon Sword and Shield Showdown Live. This time we're going to be featuring Mr. Rime. My boy about to hit it in this game. That's it. We got Mr. Rime. We got the, I might change around the set depending on the team. Like I might actually make a choice card, might make a nasty plot. But we're going to be using the 3 attack set with the purpose of rapid spinning away hazards and also getting rid of screens, which is very common in the UU tier. I have choice card Persimmon with Defiant. My Lodic with Haze and Competitive. This is interesting because I have Haze for Como, but like Competitive is still very good and very tough to switch into. So I've been debating if I want to try this or not. Swords Dance, the Blade. I'm probably going to change up sets and use Shadow Claw. I just built this in like 5 seconds, right? Rhyperior for my Stealth Rock, and then I have a Defensive Wheezing with Toxic Spikes to support my Lodic, hopefully walling everything. But yeah, let's look for some games. I think Special Defense of my Lodic is going to be key in me dealing with Gengar and Noivern and a whole bunch of threats. And my friend has a whole lot of strong Pokemon here. Actually, Mr. Rime has probably the worst matchup. There's a what? Okay. There's a Vullaby. Shadow Sneak the Blade is going to be very key in dealing with you. My Lodic is not the strongest in this game, but I absolutely love Wheezing. Wheezing doesn't lose to like anything at all on matchup except for Poltergeist, which again I have the Blade for. Spadef my Lodic. It's alright. Like this, if this is Rest Talk, it kind of beats me down. Mr. Rime is easily the most expendable member. However, Freeze Dry might come into play versus you. We like Wheezing early because Wheezing beats everything besides Poltergeist as a lead, as my opponent ends up leading off with their Obstagoon. That should give me a free Toxic Spike, I'm going to assume. I think they'd Obstruct if anything, or Hard Switch, yeah. As they go out to Escavalier, now I'm naturally faster than this thing, and it actually is worth burning. It's 100% worth burning this. 100%. Wheezing's role is to come in on most of their Pokemon, but my Lodic can do this very similarly. So we find out that's more than likely, that's a very defensive set, I would say, to say the least. I think that Solid Rock Rhyperior makes a lot of sense because it also deals with Vullaby if he wants to make that play. And it's just super strong in general in this game. And if they go Vullaby, I can mess them up with Rock Blast. So I'll go for Swords Dance. With T-Spike up, I'm not worried about Golisopod and things like that. And if they want to stay in with their Escavalier as well, like I'll do a ton to them back. And you know what? We'll get up rocks that way we force in Vullaby after. If I get rid of Escavalier, then Wheezing has such a free time, especially because my opponent didn't end up phasing me out. So let me Rock Blast here just in case they're crazy and go hard Vullaby. Right? They're obviously sacking Escavalier, but if they're crazy and go hard Vullaby, I basically prevent them from getting rid of my hazards. I am losing one of my answers to Obstagoon, but between Wheezing, the Blading a hit, and Persimmon checking it, I should be alright. So there's Earthquake here. Like I said, unfortunately, Vullaby is going to be faster than me. However, if Vullaby comes out, that gives me a free Mr. Rime. So I'll be alright with it defogging on me too. Yep, they go Vullaby. They should defog here as they actually end up going for Foul Play to knock me out. However, Mr. Rime, do your thing, buddy. Ooh, you do not like this Pokemon. They're going to eat it up, but hey, that's alright. Mr. Rime gonna get his kill. I'm clicking it again. Should I Rapid Spin here? On the... No, I don't... If they roost, it's bad. If they roost, it's bad. So I'd rather get rid of Vullaby. That way, if I get up T-Spikes, they stay. I'm not worried about Poltergeist because I threaten it very easily with Shadow Sneak, like I said. So, they could go out into Mamoswine here. If they do go Mamoswine, I Freeze Dry into Rapid Spin to ensure that their Stealth Rock are gone if they get it up, and also I can then Focus Blast after. So yeah, they do end up making the Mamoswine play. I do absolutely nothing with that. And we'll just rabbit spin that way they cannot get its stealth rock, because obviously Weezing is a pretty safe switching for me, so they might actually go for rocks anticipating Weezing to want to come out. Very smart of them to keep Volibee alive. Ooh, but Mr. Rime just got fast. Does Psychic do 66? No way. Sorry, I was just thinking about some... no way it does 66%. 54 to 64. Unfortunately, my opponent is a Scarf Mamoswine. Wow. Okay, wow. We'll throw off a Strange Team just because their main switch-ins are going to be either hard Poltergeist or they're going to try and go Volibee here to defog. Like if I get up a T-Spike rather. So I'll just throw up, wow, a Scarf Mamoswine. I did not expect that at all. Maybe I should try the Nasty Plot set instead of Psychic. We'll see depending on games. Hard into Obstacle my opponent goes. Oof. I need this thing as healthy as possible. But if I force Mamoswine to go for Earthquake, then that's okay. Yeah, we'll just Strange Team again. As unfortunately my opponent hits themselves in confusion. Basically the best case possible for me there. As long as Weezing's alive, I won't lose to Mamo. It still beats Volibee 2, and I would have taken enough, and I could have like taken a hit from this. I'm surprised they went out into their Golisopod there. Let's go for a Will-O-Wisp, and they're dead. Sorry, buddy. I don't think their Volibee is very good versus me either. Get up a T-Spike just in case they go decide to go Poltergeist. Actually, initially I think Strange Team is still better, because if they go hard Poltergeist, then that T-Spike is wasted. Again, my way of dealing with Poltergeist is going to be... Well, soon I can close combat sweep my opponent. That's doing a good chunk, man, especially with the defense. Alright, let's get up a T-Spike here. As they get an unfortunate crit. But, we'll get a Passimian. They should be forced out by their ability, and Passimian has such good control versus the majority of their team. Basically, if they go Volibee, I can close combat it to knock it out, and that keeps up my Toxic Spike. If they go Mamoswine, it's potentially a speed tie there, and I can risk my Weezing if I want to. They got some points. They go hard Volibee. That's fine. Like, all you can do back is double into Golisopod. If not, you're going to die to this close combat. Yeah, Passimian, I'm sorry, it's just way too strong. And then knockoff looks very free, too. So, I definitely have some nice little options here. The fact that their Poltergeist should die to Shadow Sneak opens up a lot. Oh, it sucks. Why wasn't I running a Scarf Mamoswine, man, and a Scavalier? A Scavalier was the big one because it meant that Mr. Rime couldn't do much. But a Scarf Mamoswine, man, that's crazy. It's actually crazy. And the cool thing is, too, like, if they get in, if they go Mamoswine and I go out into Weezing on an Icicle Crash, I basically kick Swords Dance with my Deblade and win the game 100%. So, yeah, they go Poltergeist there. I'm just going to assume that Shadow Sneak is a KO on you. I really am. But yeah, the important part is I also have that Toxic going off on the Poltergeist, which I'm assuming was Focus Sash at this point. So I'll just Strange Steam there. Giga Drain knocks me out, so they should go for it. Otherwise, I'm going for the Strange Steam to get damage off on Poltergeist. Psyshock, interesting. And as I mentioned, even if they don't go down to the Blade, I have the tools left to win the game. My Lodic beats everything. So, and I'm 350 attack coming off of their -1 defense. Yep. So now they're going to bring out their Mamoswine. I'll guarantee live a hit. I knock them out with the Iron Head. Even if they crit me, I should be able to live as well. What'd I say? Knockout Mamoswine there. Their last is that burnt Golisopod. Man, it doesn't matter what move I go for. I'm not going to reveal that I have close combat, just in case. I also think they're banded on their Golisopod. That's just to be able to do as much damage as they did. Whoa, what's going on outside? Just to be able to do as much damage as they did. There's a bus out there. But we can wrap it up by you turning out of this game on my boy Passimian and coming through. So, I mean, that damage on Volibee from Mr. Rime was very important. This is not really the team matchup that I wanted to fight with Mr. Rime. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not strong either at the same time. I'll pause it. until we find another game. Like, I mean, them having a Scavalier kind of shut off Mr. Rime completely, but we'll be right back. I might change it to Nasty Plot depending on the next game. So we have such an interesting game here because this looks to be like a stall-based team, which does get messed up by Swords Dance, Rhyperior. Hey. Fun. And Mr. Rhyme's ability to just click Freeze Dry is great too. But yeah, Freeze Dry, it's like Psychics is Freeze Dry. I'm going to use Mr. Rhyme early to break through. Man, Nasty Plot would have won this game. To try and break through his squad. Though I am a little bit worried about this Rose Raid. In terms of endgame, though, I could see SD the Blade winning if I get rid of Umbreon. Umbreon's going to be a problem. Though, personally, I'll just Psychic as they go hard, Umbreon. Which is very fair. Now, this does give me a free Will-O-Wisp with my Weezing. Slash hide room. Because the Umbreon can't do much back to me. I guess they could taunt if they want to. Oh. Alright, I mean, I'm assuming what they're going to do now is go back out into Rose Raid here, so I'm going to be a little bit aggressive, because it doesn't make sense for them to foul play. At all. Let me actually make the Passimian play, because if they do want to foul play, it's a little bit better for me, and I can start knocking off items and whatnot. So, it doesn't matter if Umbreon stays in. If I get rid of its item, that makes it a lot easier for me to deal with. They could go Como, I have Weezing to deal with that. They stay in the foul play and get damage off. Great. They don't have leftovers anymore, which will help Mr. Rime break through. I'm testing my Mr. Rime. It's still for alive, technically. Alright, this is cool because this does give me rocks as well alongside them, which is going to help out my Mr. Rime in actually doing its work. And rocks plus 10. Yeah, it's going to be very crucial. They're not going to do much back to me either with Earthquake, so that's amazing. Now, the only thing is that their Toxic Spikes can be up to stay, and I'm hoping that, at least with my rocks up and the fact that their Hippowdon doesn't have any more recovery, it's going to open up that door for Mr. Rime to actually break through. Like, their Hippowdon does have recovery and slack off, but I mean in leftovers. So, like, Hippowdon can't take any 2 hits from me. Hard Como. Ooh. Huh. These specs? I think my Milotic is my best play, right? I mean, this is going to hurt. Let's get rid of that real quick. This is going to hurt. I'm max special defense, though, so I wonder if I take 2. And San ends. I put this on my team without calcing just to deal with this, so I'm hoping that's alright. Like, them giving me Como is great, because that's the only thing besides Rose Raid that has a speed tier faster than Mr. Rime. And then Clanger is sold immediately. Don't crit me. Because I should live 1 hit guaranteed. I know I live 1 hit guaranteed, and they're in range of close combat from my Passimian. So that's alright. Like, worst case scenario, I lose my Milotic in the 2nd turn. The hell? Are they fully physical? Huh. I'm gonna let them Thunder Punch me. Like, I could have switched there, but I'm gonna let them Thunder Punch me. I don't know the rest of their set. Okay, that makes sense. Thunder Punch. How do you deal with Weezing? Do you have Flash Cannon? Yeah, my Lodic's roll was just for that. So I'll just Strange Theme here. We'll take this Flash Cannon. We knock out Como. Okay. And I can potentially Pain Split in front of a Hippowdon. So I still have options here. My Freeze Dry is still very threatening too. Sludge Bomb is going to do a lot, or a number to me rather. We definitely go to Blade here. I'm just going to attempt to Iron Head. Basically, if I get rid of Rose Raid, I can spin after. I think they're trying to win the game with their Blade though, but I'm just going to Iron Head into... I want to say close combat, just in case they went hard Umbreon. Basically, had they went Umbreon, I would have done a massive chunk to them. I'll just go wheezing. I have my spinner still chilling, so nice. I'm once again assuming Rose Raid's gonna want to come out here. You know, I should have Whirlwind. Why would you give me the Pain Split? Alright, so they give me my best. They give me the best turn possible here because it gives me a nice little hit off on the blade. And like the blade is a problem. Don't get me wrong. The blade is a damn problem. It might actually sweep me if I think about it. I am not going to predict them to switch to a Powdon. I got my poison off on a Powdon, which is amazing. And I want Umbreon gone too. We'll make the Mr. Rime play just in case they Whirlwind. Yeah, I still like Mr. Rime a lot because if I get another hit on the blade, it's a wrap. So once again, we'll just freeze dry because now the blade dies to Earthquake, I believe, from Rhyperior. Plus, I'm opening up the door for my own blade to sweep, which is very, very likely. Of course, Umbreon is a giant problem, so let's be honest. They could just Iron Head immediately. Just Sacred Sword, though. Makes sense. I'm going to anticipate them to want to actually go on to Hippo here. There we go. Hey, get a little bit of recovery on my boy. Thank you very much. Perfect. And I'm able to rapid spin away with Mr. Rime. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Mr. Rime doing his job. Hey, Hippowdon gone. The blade freed up. Lovely. And Umbreon is now on that timer. Ooh, and he gets a crit too. And a Spadef drop coming through as well. Look at him go! Look at Mr. Rime go! Look at him dance! You can't see it, but he was dancing! It's not over yet. I can still very easily lose to Mantine. Like, pretty easily, actually. like very, 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 very easily here. I think we get the blade, though, because it keeps out Rose Raid and it forces in Mantine. Like I said, Mantine can beat me down. Do they go Rose Raid to go out to Mantine after? Or just to sack it? Mantine took a lot. I think I make the Passimian play just to go for knockoff. Like, unfortunately they burned me there, but at least getting rid of... Does that make much sense? Maybe I should Gunk Shot for a 30% chance to poison. I'll go for Gunk Shot for a 30% chance to poison. Because if I keep up the... Because if they get rid of rocks anyway, it doesn't matter. Come on, buddy, get the poison. He should go the blade here. But he doesn't. So, I mean, look at how many 30% I got that did not go off. Unfortunate. Ooh, makes a very nice play of going out to Rose Raid. However, that should give me the SD with my own blade to hopefully win, provided I don't get haxed. Yeah, that should give me the way to win, provided I don't get haxed here. Hey, all right. So again, because he has to, even if he hacks me right now, it would suck because he still has Rose Raid alive, and I actually can't kill it. But at least I got rid of Mantine there. I think it comes down to the blade, like 24% the blade versus the Rose. Yo, my Mr. Rime put in work, man. We chipped away at that Mon. I'm gonna sack Wheezing here on the Shadow Sneak, which is perfect because I actually get a no guard Will-O-Wisp, and if I landed on Rose Raid, that's amazing too. I'll be aggressive on the... Oh, no. No! Good game. Alright, so unfortunately, the burn kind of threw it away from me. I got Spadef drop, though, to be fair. So I wasn't you. Unfortunately, the burn kind of did throw it away, but the blade was my win con. I just had to avoid that burn. I think I got more as well. Spadef drop crit. Chris would have drop. Keep doing your thing. I can't think of many other YouTubers I watch this frequently. Hey, thank you. Hey, at least we got Mr. Rime to do his thing here, though. So, man, synthesis. No hazard, just T-Spike. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to find another game. I think I might keep this Mr. Rime set, but... Should I just go Nasty Plot? Let me test Nasty Plot in this next one. Let me test Nasty Plot in this next battle, guys. We'll be right back. Alright, guys. I got another game, and, have fun. My opponent's spinner is Morpeko. Mr. Rime is so nice in this, man. Oh, I love Freeze Dry. But why do you have the Moth? The Moth is actually super good versus me. One Moth that's incredible versus my opponent is Rhyperior. Its ability just to beat basically everything as a lead, besides Appleton and Crawdon, is great. And I love its ability just to get up rocks. It has double electric. Yeah, it's just so good. And early on, it's really good. We like to call this the one counter to my entire team. Now, my Lodic is specifically here in this build in order to deal with Crawdon. Besides that, it doesn't really deal with much. Yo. Can you calm down? Bro, 50% from a Crab Hammer. Are you out of your mind? That said 100%. That's why everybody know. I read that and it said 100%. Again, my Lodic's role was to deal with that Pokemon. It didn't do anything else in this game. I'm okay with that. Like, it basically loses to every mon my opponent has. So, I'm hoping they actually go for the Aqua Jet here, or Appleton. Giving me my Weezing to get up Toxic Spikes. Now, we have that in range of Freeze Dry. I want to try and win this game with Mr. Rime, but it's going to be tough. Luckily, the Blade helps me deal with Frostmoth because they're not running Sun. So, Frostmoth comes out. And there's a part where I can just go out to the Blade and just click Close Combat. Like, I don't have to care a little bit, or that much. Actually, I don't even have to click Close Combat. I can just click Iron Head. Do not. Don't you dare. Do not. Get that beast out of my sight. Thank you very much. Morpeko! You're gonna... like, you can't Rapid Spin on me. I'm gonna keep up this Toxic Spike right now. The Blade's health is only... It's not necessary, right? I just need it to be alive so I can Shadow Seek Poltergeist. Besides that, it doesn't really matter. I shouldn't lose to... Crawdon, and oh my gosh, Mr. Rime looking kinda clean! He lead seeds me there. I wonder if I can get in my my Mr. Rime now to try and do something here. Cause like it's not, this is like the opportunity to get in Mr. Rime, I feel. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen, exactly. I'll Nasty Plot up, because he obviously has Thick Fat, and then it basically forces a kill from Mr. Rime. Hey, stop that. Go ahead and give me a kill right now. And it forces in Bolton, I think. Yup. Alright, so I'm glad I made a Nasty Plot, at least in this game. If they go out to Poltergeist, it's a speed tie, and if I win it, I'll bring them down to their Sash if they have a Sash, which I think they might, considering they have more Morpeko for spin. If they go Bolton, I just bring out Rhyperior. Now, my best play with Rhyperior is to click Earthquake because it kills everything on their team. But because I want to Shadow Sneak Poltergeist and make sure I win it, I'm going to go for Stealth Rock here. Because I know they were going to go Crawdon, but I'm going for this because my endgame is based on that Shadow Sneak, right? And I can Revenge Kill this pretty easily. So at this point, we sack Mr. Rime because it means they cannot go for multiple setup opportunities. And I'm just able to bring out Passimian and click U-turn. That's it. Like I said, as long as Passimian was at full, even if they Swords Dance, I'd be able to live a hit, provided they didn't crit me. And all I gotta do is bring out Rhyperior now. The reason I bring out Rhyperior is because if they go Poltergeist, if they Shell Smash, they die. If they go for the Giga Drain, then I go out to Passimian and click Knock Off, and then I Shadow Sneak Sweep. So I win. Yeah, as long as I attack them at this position, I win. Shout out to Mr. Rime getting rid of Appleton, allowing Rhyperior to basically kill everything. And I mean, the Blade was obviously an MVP too. Pretty sure he's going to do another 30%. Good game, buddy. Nice. 28%. Look at Rhyperior go. Alright. I'll pause until we find another battle, guys. We'll be right back. Okay, so I have an interesting game, right? Like, I have Mr. Rime, which is Freeze Dry and it's Focus Blast are good in this game. But it's weird, right? Because it likes to come in on you, and that's about it. I absolutely love my Wheezing in this game. Its ability just to click Will-O-Wisp on literally every Pokemon on my opponent's team. And it has a great matchup early versus Steelix and early Crawdaunt and early Rotom. So that's why we're actually going towards that lead. In order to beat Frostmoth, all I got to do is keep the Blade alive. My Lodic can haze it too. My Lodic's role is to deal with Steelix as well. The Pony's kind of scary, but the Blade is just very good in these two. So we'll go early Wheezing because, again, it kind of just deals with a lot of my opponent's team as they end up leading off with their Crawdaunt. Let me just calc Strange Steam real quick. Because if Strange Steam is a KO, Strange Steam is my play. Otherwise, I can Will-O-Wisp here. Because they're going to do a lot with Crabhammer. But I'm physically defensive, so I eat. I should have had this already made. 101, I like that. They end up going hard Rotom Mow. Now, if they trick with Rotom Mow, that makes Mr. Rime's job a little bit easier. And a Scarf Wheezing isn't bad versus their team either. I'm going to get up a T-Spike because they end up getting the Black Sludge from me, first off. I'm going to make sure they can't. You know, I'm going to be very aggressive for no reason. That T-Spike is so nice. I'm going to make sure that they cannot, they can't Volt Switch here. But yeah, that damage on Rotom is great too because now they're in range of +2 Shadow Sneak. In terms of necessariness, Rhyperior isn't the best in this game anyway. Like, it's not that good either way, but go ahead and Leaf Storm me, dude. Yo, they cannot catch a break, man. I'm just gonna Will-O-Wisp here. Yo, they they got 1v1. Oh my gosh, and Will-O-Wisp is so good naturally. Like, Will-O-Wisp is such a good move to be locked into in this. I apologize, dude. Seriously. Anyway, we'll go for a Will-O-Wisp here because they're more than likely going to do the same. And I can make the Mr. Rime play and just click Freeze Dry as they end up defogging. Freeze Dry hits their team really hard. They might expect me to Psychic, so they might go hard Crawdaunt. Or they'll just stay in to Strange Steam me. That's fine, too. Did not take much at all. Well, you took nothing. Yeah, so you're weakened. Almost the Blade range. You are still alive and you are a threat. Haze, my Lodic, is really good at beating this 1v1. They end up going out to Crawdaunt, which I'm going to... Nah, it's not worth it. Yeah, let's just Scald here. They're max speed on their Crawdaunt anyway, and their Life Orb. So, we get damage to the point to put them in range of U-turn, and I get a burn. Pretty big, though this damage was just... They're going to lose to the Blade, period, right? They're going to lose to the Blade. Rhyperior is also really good here, too. But they should just lose to the Blade. And this allows me to go out into my Persimmon and just click U-turn as well. I don't really care about this Pokemon, period. And, like, in a situation where my Rhyperior is so nasty versus you, I'm going to click Earthquake. Because if I get damage off on Steelix, it's essentially 2-hit KO'd. I'm faster. If they go Wheezing, I don't care. If they give me Crawdaunt, great. This is a Pokemon that's also very hard for them to deal with. Initially, anyway. I'm not going to sack this Mon, though. Man, I live in Ice Beam. I know I do. I should just go for it. That way I can beat them down. Should I? I don't think it's the right play, though. The Blade is the better play. But I live this guaranteed. Let's do it. I live that too. I'm fine with it. Hey, oh my god. One rock. No. Anyway, that lets me, not close combat necessarily, but that lets me do a little bit of damage from the back. And they play rough to knock me out. I get to go out into the Blade here. I click Iron Head as they go Steelix. I don't care about Steelix at all. Like, at all. I just get to go Wheezing. I guess, technically, Steelix could beat me. 1v1. Huh. Nah. I don't think so. I'm actually going to make the hard Persimmon play so I can knock off its leftovers. And it deals with them doubling back out to Rapidash too by giving me a U-turn. That's fine. Go ahead and knock off your leftovers. That way you never have Sturdy. Oh, this is cool too because we get to go Mr. Rime and we can rapid spin away their hazards. The Stealth Rock. And again, them not having that leftovers is good in the end game as well. So we'll go ahead and rapid spin away the Stealth Rock. As now they're in range of Freeze Dry. Hey, look at Mr. Rime go. Look at him go. Rapidash comes out. I'll be able to go for Freeze Dry and get some nice little damage off. Bring out young little Persimmon here and go for U-turn. Actually, Knockoff is my best play. Do the same thing, little Licks over here too. I think they're Earthquake Body Press as well. Yeah, so. There you go, buddy. Perfect. Alright, I mean, Mr. Rime did his job. It spun on Weezing when it was supposed to. I definitely got lucky with Skull Burns and whatnot, and the Rotom. Yeah, the Rotom did not even get to go for him. Remember when he tricked me to try and get an advantage with Rotom versus Weezing, and then the game was like, nah. Nah. Oh, you want to try again? Nah. I didn't even realize that I got the Strange Theme confusion on him. That move is crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Mr. Rime did a little bit. It was alright. It was alright. I think the Nasty Blast set definitely did more than 3 attacks. I'm going to revisit this mon again when I play RU, which comes out in a few days. I think this video goes up either on New Year's or New Year's Eve. I'm not sure because I'm recording a video with Janvet as well. I recorded both my movesets for like Mr. Rime and then my other Pokemon. But yeah, either way, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed. It was a lot of fun. Mr. Rime was fun. This team's alright. Very weak to Crawdon. I mean, we got some crazy breakers in this tier anyway. If you did enjoy it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.